Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dell Technologies session here at SUSECON 2021. In this session, we're going to discuss a very interesting topic, namely how to best run and operate your SAP landscapes in a multi-cloud, data-driven world. And the reason why this topic is so relevant today is obviously that digitization has accelerated dramatically during last year. A recent study by Capgemini reveals that data-driven organizations generate 70% more revenue per employee and are 22% more profitable. This in itself drives CIOs and business leaders to reconsider how they build and run their mission-critical applications. Considerations such as, how do I accelerate my introduction of S/4HANA, but also embrace a new cloud operating model are on top of many CIOs' agenda today. But in addition, we see a move towards more edge and multi-cloud kind of business scenarios. And the fact that the edge is more and more important also leads to our SAP environments being more and more composable. Applications and workloads are tightly integrated and linked together through processes and IT standards. Now, this easily creates new challenges such as complexity and higher costs. So therefore, in this session, we're going to share some of our best practices and experience from having the world's leading platforms and solutions to help companies build a multi-cloud, efficient, data-driven approach for SAP. Now, in order to help me navigate through these shallow waters and give you some best practice sharing and experience from what we have done with other clients, I'm fortunate enough to be joined by my colleague Gunther Manz, who together with me, I believe will be able to cover the whole flow from the edge, right there where you stand in the Grand Canyon, to the cloud, where I used to spend my days before I joined Dell Technologies. Together, Gunther and I will discuss with you how to best build up a rock-solid infrastructure platform for an SAP multi-cloud landscape. Now, Gunther, I know that you as our CTO meet with a lot of our customers and partner on a daily basis. Would you mind please sharing some of your experience? What are customers thinking of today, and how is this digitization and cloud impacting the way they run and operate SAP?
Sure, and thank you for the introduction, Joachim. Also, welcome from my side. I think and I expect everyone is currently in a big move to the modernization of their data centers. We know this and we see this more often now upcoming on our customers. But we also see that customers are thinking about in which way they also can include the cloud approaches. We know you already have different big data lakes. Coming from the edge, as Joachim explained before, you have your data center, but also you have different data direct in the cloud. And this to combine is really the challenge of the next few years. If we look to SAP, I think everybody knows SAP's first story, go to the cloud. But we know from the integration in your data centers that this will be not possible all the time. You really have to think about what's the best model for you to have your private cloud combined with a public cloud as preferred by SAP. In this case, you have really to think about what's behind. Means in which way you can really optimize your processes so that you really have the best setup for the integration between your private cloud to the public cloud. In parallel, you have to think about in which way you really can minimize your costs for the implementation, but also afterwards for the running environment. We think you really have a good approach for this because Dell Technologies is focusing on your side on supporting your integration into a hybrid model. And if we look together with SAP Insider, we did last year a really big study, and the feedback was really fantastic. Most of the customers, around about 75%, said, yes, we know we have to go and we have to use a hybrid cloud model. We support you as a customers on this next slide. So here you can see some different reference stories from us. Both are really big companies globally. One very important customer reference is Gerolsteiner, a bottling company, water bottling company in Germany. They really identified they have to automate the edge side for getting the best integration into the data center, but also to the cloud side. But also, if you look to Anderson Hauser, they did a complete reset up of the existing data center. We supported them with our knowledge and with our hardware to come from IBM Power and coming now to IBM x86. And I think Joachim that's really one big point. We have the knowledge of the integration, how you really can optimize your complete data center. And together with SUSE, they have the software behind and also the models, how we really can minimize your costs. If you're a big company and you really have to think about in which way you can scale out your complete system landscape, we include here, for example, SUSE scale out performance optimized scenarios. This is really optimizing and minimizing your costs on a scale out scenario. I think, Joachim, you also have some different other hot topics to show.
It's spot on. And what I find really interesting about the examples you just shared with us, Gunther, is that all these clients are faced with the same setup of challenges to modernize their underlying IT infrastructure so that they can faster embrace new digitization initiatives such as Edge, IoT, AI, and ML, but also a clear drive towards a more cost-effective, flexible, multi-cloud or hybrid cloud platform where they can run their S/4HANA systems based on standardized operating systems and automation such as SUSE and a rock-solid infrastructure platform such as Dell Technologies. And that is exactly what we are aiming at delivering to our customers. As one of very few clients and companies in the world, Dell Technologies, together with SUSE, can bring that end-to-end approach that just does not only accelerates, but also significantly simplifies the way to an S/4HANA data-driven and modernization approach. What we're aiming at is to provide our customers with best practices, but also with infrastructure components that helps them build out new edge business scenarios using IoT, sensor, gateway technology, such as the one we just heard about from Gerolsteiner, but also ways to optimize their SAP S/4HANA core platforms with our converged, hyper-converged, fully automated, simple cloud operating model-like systems that enables companies to get the best of the cloud and the best of traditional on-premise in a single package. And last but not least, there is no doubt that cloud has a place for our future SAP landscapes. At Dell Technologies, we embrace public cloud platforms and we use it for those workloads that public cloud was built for. So our integrated solutions whereby we're helping our customers to build that multi-cloud landscape serves our customers well as they're introducing a cloud operating model. Now, speaking about cloud has been a hot topic for us in the SAP world for a long time. And still it is very clear, based on research from both IDC, Gartners and SAP Insider, that a majority of SAP customers prefers a hybrid cloud model for their SAP workload. But with hybrid cloud also comes challenges. How do we standardize and make the orchestration and management of a multi-cloud landscape simple, manageable, robust, high-performant, secure, and low cost? We have invested significant time and effort in designing our SAP MultiCloud platform for our customers together with SUSE, so that they today can enjoy and leverage the strength of an on-premise, risk-free, robust and compliant platform with the advantages of a flexible and low-cost cloud consumption model. Now, Gunther, could you please tell us a little bit more about the realities behind Dell Technologies' multi-cloud platform and how we go about delivering these multi-cloud setups for SAP, please?
Sure, Joachim, and that's coming back to your initial point. We really have to think about in which way customers easily can integrate the different views in the data center. One, from the edge side, where we really have all the different gateways, the tags outside, where you have additional servers outside to integrate all the different data what's coming in. And next, you have to see where in which way you can really move the data from the edge side to the data center. And if we speak about consolidation, we also have to think about how you can get all this existing data from a public side. And you have to merge them together so you really have the best information for your internal customers. This also is showing you that you really have to think about how you get your operational aspects consistent. The infrastructure should be consistent too. And here we developed a really nice and big model for you. Starting from an infrastructure perspective with our hyper-converged infrastructure on VxRail. This is our Power Edge servers, including on top a VMware stack for the virtualization, but also compute and the storage side. If you have this consolidated and set up, you also have to think about, as I explained before, how you can really get all the data together. You can do it by your own, as in the last 20 years, for example. You develop your own interfaces, or perhaps you already have a data lake with some interfaces. But if you look to the maintenance of this interface, that's very cost intensive. What we do, we use Dell Boomi. That's the integration platform with additional workflow functionality behind. And Boomi is offering thousands of different interfaces to connect, for example, to SAP systems, to Salesforce, but also to your edge side, from Siemens, from Honeywell, from GE, and so on. And together, now you have the best platform. And the maintenance is much more minimized on your side because Boomi is delivering here also automatically updates for the interfaces. If you look now, you have your edge side, you have your data center, and you have the clouds. And the connection is easily managed. If you look to the future, Dell Technologies developed a new platform named Apex. That's our cloud approach to support you on your way to the hybrid clouds. We have a short video with us, and I think it's now time to show you in which way Dell Technologies is thinking and in which way we support you on your way.
What if a single click could turn an industry-leading tech portfolio into a service? What if that one quick finger click could turn everything into a service? And with that single click, transform everything about the way you work today into a more powerful tomorrow. What if?
I think with our new Apex model, with our cloud approach, that's the next step into the future for you, but also for us from Dell Technologies. We can offer you now a console managing your complete environment, starting from a discovery point, supporting you on your way to the deployment. We support you to optimize your landscapes, the connection to the different clouds what you have, but also from a functionality perspective in the data center. And only with few clicks, you really can grow your complete environment to the next level. And that's very important. In an SAP environment, SAP is having all these different hyperscalers, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and so on. With our cloud console, now you also can manage these public clouds. And this is really easily for you. If we think about this optimization, you also have to think about what makes best sense for us from a cost perspective. And we have an additional offer for you. We can offer you a flex on demand model. Means we discuss together in which way it makes sense for your business to run best and optimized, and in which way we really can include our costs behind. Sometimes it makes sense focusing on CPU power. Sometimes on the storage capacity. Or for example, we have a combination. Or if you are a complete startup and we have to really think about a new flexible payment model. Let us discuss with our sales colleagues. They really have the best setup for you. But nothing will help you if the complete environment is not secure. We from Dell Technologies, we are able to deliver you an end-to-end security from the edge side, and trust us, that's very important. Many of these attacks are going to the edge side because mostly here you have no security behind. But also, if you look to the cloud, and I think from a cloud perspective, here also in the past, very, very often you had attacks. If we now come back to the really starting point, it's really beginning from a safe BIOS perspective. We include all the different apps. We include also, what's very important is your backups. What will happen if somebody will really take and take your backup, take it in everywhere and can read your data? We will take care of this. But also if we look to the government's risk and compliance side, also this is covered in our end-to-end security. And I think the complete package, from the cloud perspective, from the end side, with our Apex, and now with the end-to-end security, you really get the best package what you can get at the moment in the market from Dell Technologies.
Those are really interesting point, Gunther, and I can only stress the fact that with cyber attacks happening every 39th second, there is no doubt that IT and business leaders are realizing the importance and value of having a robust protection and security strategy in place. One that not only provides, as you say, a traditional backup and high availability solution, but also ensures the cyber protection and cyber security standards, which today are necessary, especially as we start to open up our application landscape using more edge technologies and looking at a future composable landscape of applications tightly integrated to each other, but also using components that sits way outside of our traditional data center boundaries. And ladies and gentlemen, just to start to recap today's session, that's really what we wanted to get to. The change, the shift that is happening in the SAP market, the fact that we're no longer looking at centralized systems that only sit in a central data center, but really at a landscape of components that make up your business processes and that needs that high level of automation, orchestration, management, efficiency, cost of ownership optimization, as well as protection and security. And in order to avoid the complexity and high cost that in many cases can follow if we want to build up these type of new scenarios without the help of a partner that has made the homework, that has made the integration and has built the robust platform from edge to core to cloud, can easily become quite a cumbersome journey and a very costly one. At Dell Technologies, we've invested a lot of time in ensuring that your future multi-cloud data-driven strategy is built upon a robust, simple, yet fully integrated platform that helps you to accelerate, de-risk, and minimize cost in these new modernization projects. In this session, we've been talking about how we today help our clients to implement a new strategy for a multi-cloud approach. We spoke about how we help building a consistent layer of infrastructure based on standard components such as x86 and standard virtualized or containerized environments, right into standardization of orchestration and management. How we use VMware to monitor and manage your multi-cloud environment right out there in the edge. But we also help you protect and secure your multi-cloud edge to core to cloud environments through our protection and cybersecurity suite. We've talked about how we, with our Project Apex, can provide you with a cloud operating model, one that allows you to pay for what you use as you go, or in any cloud operating model that you find is suitable for your business. Dell Technologies has built these reference architectures and best practices based on our wide experience on the edge, core, and cloud infrastructure solutions that are needed to enable such a new strategy. Our path and our roadmap for you always begins with a simplification and consolidation phase, where we help you modernize your current platforms with software-defined, converged systems that will create that level of automation and simplicity that is needed for a modernized multi-cloud approach. As a second step, we then help you to introduce this new cloud operating model, leveraging the Apex console, which Gunther showed you today, and which is the foundation for our new hybrid cloud or multi-cloud strategy for SAP. This is also where we introduce tools such as Boomi to integrate between your on and off-premise systems, your SAP and non-SAP components. And then we add our security and protection layers on top of this to secure and ensure that your SAP application landscape continues to run in a smooth, secure, and robust fashion. Last but not least, we help you prepare for the next wave of innovational projects, whether it is IoT, machine learning, artificial intelligence, new data lake, or big data initiatives, all based on Dell Technologies' standardized, simple, and accelerated approach to have these next generation technologies implemented for you in a business-driven fashion so that your organization can become data-driven. And I believe that as we are developing even more solutions to help generate new business drivers, new revenue streams, the edge is becoming even more important. As a matter of fact, recent study has shown that every second, 127 new IoT devices are added to the digitized world. In the time it took me to say that, over 500 new devices were added. Without a rock-solid strategy for how to capture, embrace, and take this data into our SAP landscape, we run the risk of seeing the future overtake us. In this session, we've shared with you how Dell Technologies can help you to build this platform in a smooth, fast, and effective way. We are looking forward to hearing from you. Therefore, we suggest that you visit us at www.delltechnologies.com/SAP to find out more about how we can help you build and design your data-driven multi-cloud strategy for SAP. We stand ready to deliver an innovation workshop with you either at our Global SAP Center of Excellence in Walldorf or, when travel allows, locally at your facilities. We are looking forward to working with you in designing your next generation SAP multi-cloud and data-driven strategy for SAP together with SUSE. With that, we'd like to thank you for your attention. We hope that you will have a good SUSECON 2021, and we're looking forward to seeing you in one of our SAP Innovation Workshops in the near future. Gunther, thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, have a great day.
Thank you, Joachim, also from my side. And if you're interested, we also have some additional brain day sessions with me and with Joachim. So reach out to us and discuss with us direct your questions. Thank you.
What if a single click could turn an industry-leading tech portfolio into a service? What if that one quick finger click could turn everything into a service? And with that single click, transform everything about the way you work today into a more powerful tomorrow. What if?